Have you ever wondered how strong temporary crowns are for the teeth? Alright, so what you see right here is a temporary crown along with a permanent crown. Can you guys tell which is which? Right off the bat, this looks more plasticky, doesn't it? Looks like something printed from a 3D printer. That is the temporary one, guys. Here is the much more expensive permanent crown made of porcelain veneer material. I believe it's ceramic based, much stronger, much tougher, and a lot more expensive. So that one ended up costing me about $300 after insurance. So today we're going to do a strength test and see how they hold up. Obviously, I'm not going to perform it on my permanent crown. We're going to do it on the temporary crown. You guys ready? So as you can see here, I have some various types of filling or crowns. These are the old style. These are called the dental amalgam. These are now defunct because the FDA no longer approves these because it was found to contain 50% liquid mercury, and that's a carcinogen. So these dental amalgams typically are made of the liquid mercury and powder alloy composed of silver, tin, and copper. So these are now defunct. So let's get rid of these. And this is just a piece of temporary crown that fell off, or temporary filling, I think. Yeah. Okay, so before I conduct the experiment, let's talk about a little bit about what temporary fillings are. Basically, they are made to act as a temporary substitute until your permanent crowns are made. I think they do 3D printing now. And then they will ship it, and then they're going to remove these temporary crowns and put in a permanent one, which is supposed to last, I don't know, 10 years or 10 plus years, hopefully more. So temporary crowns or fillings, these are two-colored composite resins or porcelain. Okay. Now for the temporary fillings, they are made more of a... So before I conduct the actual experiment, I want to talk a little bit about what temporary crowns or fillings are. These are basically temporary holders until your permanent crown comes in. I believe it's made by 3D printing now. They're going to remove your temporary crowns and then put in the permanent ones. Okay? So actually filling is, oh, I just realized, yeah, filling is just where you fill a part of the tooth, like something that chipped off or broke. A crown is like something that you place on top of your existing grounded out teeth, okay? So these are actually crowns, not fillings. These are temporary crowns, all right? So temporary crowns are made with zinc phosphate, cement, and glass ionomers, while the permanent crowns are made of a teeth-colored composite resin or porcelain, okay? So for today's experiment, I am going to test the strength of the crowns. Now you have to keep in mind that the bite force of a normal human is 120 to 160 psi, and permanent crowns are made to withstand that force, and a dog's bite force is basically twice the amount, 230 to 250 psi. Okay, so I have a razor blade right here, I have a big wrench, and then I have a hammer. But I think in order to make it fair, before we take it up a notch to using these three tools, I am going to actually put it on the ground and kind of walk on it or stomp on it before we get to these three tools. You guys ready? First, it's going to have to pass this drop test. Now I'm going to walk over it with my polo boots. There it is right there. I think it's holding up. Okay, they get stuck right here. All right, now I'm gonna stomp on it, jump on it. How'd that go? Hey, I think it stood up. Okay, just as I expected. No parts broke off. So, it passed the book test. Let's go ahead and try the razors. I want to save this one in case this one fails. Oh man, it's actually harder than expected. I really thought this would break. Wow, that is quite tough. But as you can see, some parts came off, but that's probably the interior of the... That's probably the glue material. Okay, that passed the razor test. Now what about the wrench? Okay, I'm gonna try to clamp this. Here, how about we clamp it like this? Okay. That's as much as I can close it, guys. I think that pretty much passed that test. How about we try it this way? Oh, that broke it. Wow. I was expecting that to hold. Well, I was only able to find one of these bits. There you see it. Brittle failure right there. Okay. We don't even need to test the hammer because we already know it was shattered by impact, and the hammer is gonna, I'm gonna apply definitely a lot more force than what I just did with the wrench, you know, just clamping it and just not medium force, and it broke. I would like to save this one for a future test. So there you have it, guys. Yes, temporary crowns are pretty strong, but don't go all crazy and eat like an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet with while using the cracker and you trying to use the teeth to do it. Be careful, all right? So hope you guys enjoy the experiment. Make sure you click on the subscribe button for more exciting videos such as this. Thanks for supporting my channel. Take care of yourselves and your teeth.